Hello, everyone. I would like to do a report for DARPA CIA MyLab child trafficking for Monday and Tuesday, the 7th and 8th of March. Yesterday, and I was surprised to see this actually, but 81 children were brought in by NATO. That was the first time I've ever seen NATO troops haul these children to America. Usually it's by AFRICOM, SOCOM, United States Southern Command, ICE, Child Protective Services, the Air Force, and then this group of people called Her Majesty's Royal Secret Service, and they haul in children from Canada. And these children were refugees from the United States war crime against Syria and the United States war crime against Ukraine. All 81 children, they were taken first to the Vatican, which is very common because the Vatican's like a distribution center. What they do is they bring children to the Vatican, and this time it's the same, and they were raped by Catholic priests and Vatican staff, which is always the case, and then they distribute the children out. And one time it was 71 locations, and there were a lot of children. I think it was over 10,000 children. Because the Vatican is huge. Below Vatican City, there's level after level after level below the Vatican. At the Vatican, these children were averaged they were raped 3 to 4 times each, on average. And then bringing them over here, 6 NATO men out of 9 raped the children on the flight to America. 13 children were selected for that out of 81. And then they landed at Andrews Air Force Base. And they were raped by 107 Air Force males, and then they were delivered into the MyLab system and taken to 6 locations, 5 MyLabs. And let's start with the one that's not a MyLab, the basement of the White House. And if you remember, it was just a couple days, or was it yesterday? Just a couple days ago. Friday, Obama murdered his 279th child, and Joe Biden was there. They had 6 children at the Raleigh, North Carolina MyLab. And what is it now? 2-3 days later, after that, 4 children were taken to the basement of the White House, and they were raped by 42 males. This is something that's very, very common in the White House. It's just a house of pedophiles. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, the White House staff, Secret Service, Obama's lover or sex partner, whatever, Rahm Emanuel, men from the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and 2 U.S. senators. Senator Mark Hill from Illinois, and then this other guy, I don't know if his name is Tom Tillis. It's spelled Thomtillis. I don't know if it's Thom Tillis or Tom Tillis or whatever. Who would name their kid Thom? I don't know. I hate all these men that rape and murder children. Anyway, the 4 children were killed by Obama, Rahm Emanuel, and 2 Joint Chiefs of Staff members. And the 17 children were taken to the Pentagon and gang raped by a group of 236 males, all Pentagon employees. And like I was saying before, there was a ship that came in on Sunday morning this weekend. It had 37 Reptilians, and they were from Magellan. And one of them was called the Commander, and he was 9 foot tall, and he had like brown-black skin, and the other ones were a little shorter. They weren't all quite that big. I think they were all at one point here, at one point or another. They all have to be transfigured and transmuted before they can be arrested, before the Galactics. And the Galactics are just, as soon as it's done, poof, they're gone, which, yay, we don't have to deal with them anymore. Langley, 13 children were gang raped by a group of 116 males, CIA agents, FBI agents, and DARPA males. All 13 children were killed by a group of 9 reptilians from the same ship. Arlington, Virginia, 21 children were gang raped by a group of 76 males. CIA, FBI, DARPA, and there were 3 Navy SEALs present. All 21 children were killed by the same 9 reptilians that murdered the children in Langley. And Roswell, New Mexico, MyLab. 26 children were gang raped by a group of 247 males. Doesn't that just make you sick? All military, and these children were also killed by a group of reptilians from the ship, but there were 22 reptilians there. And then Crawfordsville, Texas, 4 children were gang raped by a group of 37 males, 14 Bush clones, DARPA, CIA, and Secret Service men. And these 4 children were killed by 4 Bush clones. And speaking of which, 19, the reason there are so many clones, well, there have always been a lot of clones. I think there was like 56 of H.W. Bush and 36 of W. Bush. But 19 of the Bush family have been arrested. And they went out with the 819 that were arrested. And then right after that, they made 1,347 clones. And, there were just, I don't know how many clones. I didn't have time to go back and look. In fact, I could do much more detailed reports, but there's just not enough time. I have to do things in my regular life, too. 6 of the Bush trials are complete. Out of the 19 that were arrested, 6 Bush members have been completed, which I'd like to do a separate report on that. And, if you're wondering why it's so easy for these males, and I call them males because men is short for human, and they're not human. And I've said for years, there's not a single human working for the CIA, not a single one of them. And then DARPA currently has no humans. Every once in a while, like in the past, I remember they hired this human astronaut, this wonderful woman, and I thought, what the heck is she doing there? Why would she work for a child trafficking agency? But I guess she quit right away. But every once in a while they hire a human doctor. It's pretty rare. Several DARPA employees are only 8% reptilian, but when it's 8%, it doesn't matter because the reptilian is still dominant. The reptilians always dominate their own. So I looked at the FBI too, and because there's so many FBI agents, the statistics of FBI agents raping and murdering children has gone way up, like in the past couple of months. And I scanned the FBI and found that 4% of FBI employees are human. 4%. 4% of them are human. Okay, Tuesday, the 8th of March, 11 children were murdered in one my lab, and these 11 children were Mexican children, and they were brought to the CIA DARPA child trafficking operation by ICE. ICE is another child trafficking corporation. They were brought in this morning to Houston, where they were raped by 4 ICE agents and 3 DARPA males, and then they were sent to the Pentagon my lab. These were all Mexican children, like I said, and they were abducted, taken from their family and friends in southern Texas. And these 11 children at the Pentagon my lab were gang raped by a group of 207 males, all military, all Pentagon employees. And these 11 children were also killed by a group of the Sunday arrival reptilians. And I also wanted to point out, because what they've been doing is the CIA has been putting what's called an astral overlay on some of my videos, but I go back and, work with heaven, and zero-point energy flows through my head, heart, and hands, and we clear them off. But if you ever are looking at a video or a picture and you get this really, really strong negative reaction to it, odds are it's an astral overlay. And what that means is, we've all heard of subliminal programming, right? Where they flash words, like in that one movie, it was really made famous, Obey. They kept putting Obey in all the, like on the billboards or whatever. And that's that one movie where the guy wore sunglasses and he could see the reptilians. And one of the things that immediately came up to my mind was a woman that I've spoken to a couple of times named Katy Perry. And because I had accused Katy Perry of putting the astral overlay there, she has a birthday. There's a video called the birthday song, or the birthday video. I can't remember the name of the song. But I took a little closer look at that because she's 100% total Illuminati. And, it's funny because in our last conversation, I told her, I was like, well, you're a really beautiful young woman. You're obviously very talented. You have a wonderful voice, and I just don't understand why you worship a big, reptilian from Alpha Draconis as your god. And she got really pissed off. She's like, well, when you put it like that. Well, you know what? That's what Lucifer was. He was a big, ugly reptilian. And so I took a little but she is responsible for that because she signed the contract to join and serve Lucifer and Satan. And but there's a man that did the work to put the astral overlay on that video, because I was shocked to see that all these little girls being raped in her birthday song, and she's got all these little girls chasing her around in the video song. 72 little girls were raped in Katy Perry's music video, and 8 of them were killed. And they were all killed in the eyes wide shut manner, where they lay the child out with a 17-inch Illuminati dagger. But see, people say, well, it's invisible and we don't see astral overlays. But we humans have 5 major body parts: the physical, the astral, the etheric, the mental, and the causal. Now, some people call those, some people might call it the spiritual body or the emotional body. There's different names. It doesn't really matter, but we have 5 major parts, 5 major bodies. And the astral body, and that's the one you can leave your body and go out and travel astrally. But a lot of these weapons that DARPA and the CIA use, and the temporals, and the reptilians, they're all in like this astral level. It's almost like 5 different, people might say it's 5 different parallel universes, but it's really not. But it doesn't really matter what you call it. There's 5 different levels. And so what they do is they record things and then they put them in. I wish I had time to go check, because this happens in movies, in television commercials, and I really think this is why people are just getting so sick and tired of, like people have the Dish Network or DirecTV or whatever, and they're paying, $120, $130, $40 a month and watching 15 minutes of commercials in a 30-minute show. But it's just, the repetition of it, and these astral overlay videos, which is recorded and put over the regular video, which is designed to promote their agenda, which is heavily involved in child trafficking and killing people, unfortunately. And I thank you for all of your prayers to help close this down. Mars moved into Sagittarius today, and that's a wonderful sign, because that means it's going to boost bringing out the truth. And that's something that this country could use a dose of, the truth, because virtually all of the government is all based on fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. There's what's really going on, and then there's the fake government, which is presented to the people. And, we're a democracy, and we love to help people. You help them by raping and murdering their children. And thank you so much for your prayers again. And God love you, and God bless your hearts. Have a good day.